Oh no!
How dare you?
Stop being a bitch.
All right, Lemonheads, what's up? This is Lemon City Live. Lemon City Live is brought to you by Magic City Highlight. Magic City's 2020 season started May 1st and will run through the end of November. For now, the court will stay closed to the public, but you'll be able to watch all the games in real time on YouTube on the Highlight channel. If you need a sports fix, we highly recommend that you check it out. The Highlight channel also has a ton of other original content to help you understand the game and get you more familiar with the players in the league, like our Tuesday co-host, Tanar Davis. So just go to youtube.com/highlight channel, spelled JAIALAI channel. It's free to subscribe, and you'll never miss a moment of the action. So, what's up, everybody? We are once again joined by our boy, Jaime. Jaime, how's it going, man?
Good, brother. Good. Everything's smooth, I guess like you guys, just trying to maintain during this crazy year.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, I can imagine for your job, it's gotta be. You were telling me earlier before the show that it's really slow right now because there's obviously no events going on. But but I mean, we're gonna get into the NBA in a little bit. NBA just started, and that's your wheelhouse. So, yep. I mean, I don't know. Is there a little bit more movement because of that, or?
No, because they're in a bubble, man. They're in a bubble. Yeah. And actually, I was gonna go. Oh. I was gonna go to the bubble, but then, man, I started hearing all like the tests that have to be done daily, and the requirements that you have to have, and it wasn't good. So I'm like, no, much. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Let me just hold back. And I'm like, no. If anything, I may go for just the finals. I'm thinking about it. Still.
Oh, you can still go to the bubble.
You can still go to the bubble. You just have to put basically the NBA sends you they kind of send you like a whole spiel of like when the dates are to kind of like be able to still have access. So if I still put in by a certain date, I still can go.
All right, that's really cool.
But it's just the headache of having to deal with, testing and this and that. It's a little pain in the butt.
Mm. And plus, if anybody joined us last time Jaime was on with us, you're still working on your project, on your documentary, The Asylum.
Yep. It's funny you asked that because I got it's almost there. It's almost done. I have 2 new interviews to add to The Asylum.
Oh, that you haven't recorded yet?
I'm actually recording them next week.
Nice.
In a special location. And one of them is money. Ooh. One of them is money.
All right.
Yeah. Man, I'll just say this. He's a very prominent college basketball coach right now.
Oh, okay. That kind of gives it away a little bit, I think, unless I'm mistaken.
No, well, there's a few guys in the documentary who are actually coaches now in college. Yeah. But this one, it happened that I didn't think I was going to be able to get him because we never aligned schedules, and it happened to be that the college actually is helping us with the interview next week.
That's awesome.
So it's gonna be like virtually, but it's not. They're gonna be setting up, so I'm gonna be just directing from like FaceTime, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's really cool, man. That's such an exciting project, especially if you're a fan of Miami sports. You know what I mean? And usually when people think of Miami sports, especially at the high school level, it's football. But yeah, man, Miami High basketball program is something else, man.
Yeah, no, look, I don't know how if you or your fans or everyone, whoever has kept up, but we launched the Asylum film Instagram page, and
I follow it.
Within the first post that we did, it was like when is it coming out? You know, and like
Yeah.
The first video we came out with, which was the first era of Shaky. Um, I mean that thing got like just organically, it got like 6,000 views in like 36 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, and then we had a lot of people comment. I mean, if you guys could go back and see you when you deep posted it on his page, even Gabriel Union was like, I can't wait to see this.
That's
So
awesome, dude.
yeah, so it's good. It's good to see that, like, people are anticipating it. Like you said, it's a big thing for Miami. I think it's a big deal for Miami because everybody knows that Miami's always been a football town, but this is the one and only high school basketball team that really broke through during the late '80s, early '90s, and all the way to the almost late '90s. So
Exactly. Yeah, man. So really looking forward to that. I was telling my cousins, they always ask, "Oh, who's gonna be on your show this week?" or whatever. So I told them, "Oh, that guy Jaime that was doing that documentary about Miami High," and I shared with them the Asylum Instagram, and they got to see, the little clips here and there,
mhm.
and they got hyped. I remember one of my cousins said, "Yo, that Trick Daddy song just hits different. Like that move, that
Yeah.
documentary is gonna be so Miami, bro. I
Yeah.
can't wait, man."
No, yeah. I mean, I'm in the works of licensing a couple songs like
Hmm.
legit, like for the documentary. Um, I'm trying to do JT Money. I'm trying to
Nice.
Trick Daddy, Two
Yeah.
Life Crew. I've already kind of spoke to, or Luke is aware of, like, I want to license like at least two songs from him.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely it's Miami. It definitely is gonna have the Miami music, the Miami feel from that era. So it's gonna have like it's gonna be it's gonna be epic for Miami people. For Miami people that love the sports and love basketball and Miami High guys.
Exactly.
The alumni is crazy. So yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, definitely can't wait. I'll drink to that. By the way, everybody, this is another one of our Friday night happy hour specials. So let us know in the comments what you're drinking.
So yeah, I
So
mean, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
yeah,
It's gonna be good.
good stuff, man. So, like you were mentioning earlier about the bubble, that you wanted to go to the bubble, but you ended up not going to the bubble. But the bubble seems to be working out really well, right? It's
No,
getting a
no
lot
more.
of
Well, yeah.
praise.
I mean, if we look at the spectrum of like all sports,
Hmm.
leagues, I mean, it's the best one right now. Baseball today came out with a report that they're looking to potentially cancel the season because they got so many positive tests, and I haven't really paid attention to how the hockey one is going or it's gonna go.
The hockey one is actually really well. It's going really well. I mean, the NBA has zero tests. You can't get better than zero positive tests. But so does hockey. So does MLS, which is in the same bubble as NBA. But what separates the NHL one from the MLS and NBA one, in my opinion, is that they're in Canada, and Canada is much safer than Orlando. You know
Well,
what I mean?
it's
So
true. No, and they probably do a better job of kind of like following the rules.
yeah,
We need to like to break the rules.
yeah,
So I think they're probably doing a better job of following the rules and everything. But I mean, I'm not gonna say baseball's in trouble, but they're in trouble. And I honestly don't know how the NFL is gonna do it, to be honest with you.
me either. They're gonna have to get incredibly creative, bro. A lot of those suits are gonna have to put on their business minds and really earn whatever checks they're trying to make this season, man.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, imagine you have so many football players, both sides. It's almost plus 100 guys on the field at the same time. Equipment, coaches, everything. I mean, yeah, you probably could throw all the coaches up in the box and they coach from there. I don't know, but the players, man, once one guy gets infected, this is over for the whole football team.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. So I mean, they're gonna have to. I don't know, man. Look at the Marlins. One of the reports, not a report, but it's I guess a reckless speculation out there, is that after their series with the Braves, they went to a party. There's no, I mean, obviously that hasn't been verified. I don't know how much
Oh,
validity
really?
to that there is. Yeah,
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear
that's
that.
yeah. Somebody said that one of their sources told them that while they were in Atlanta after the Braves spring training series, they went to a party. So
Great job, Marlins.
yeah, yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh,
And the young, I mean, how much can you trust young rich guys to be very conservative and follow rules when what puts them in the position that they're in is they're out there having fun and fucking just doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, they're committed to their craft, and that's why they're where they are. But once you make it and you have all the money in the world, bro, it's hard.
yeah. I mean, look at Lou Williams. He jumped out the bubble.
Yeah, you have to get wings.
Yeah.
You know.
He's like, I'm jumping out the bubble. And I mean, I don't know what kind of clubs he was going up there because Orlando's weak.
No,
But,
no, he went to Atlanta to.
oh, so he drove up to Atlanta, or he took a flight up to Atlanta and came back down.
Yeah, because I think he had a death in his family, so he went to a funeral, and while he was there, I mean, a lot of people have been verifying his claim that you go to Magic City, that strip club,
Yeah,
Magic City, that they have great food, and people are saying, yeah, sometimes people do really go there just for the food.
Hey,
They have great wings.
Listen, man, I've gone to Tootsie's for food. I ain't gonna lie.
There you go. There you
I ain't
go.
gonna lie. I've gone to Tootsie's for food.
They have great lunch specials.
Yeah. So, when I heard of it, I was like, oh, that's nothing new.
It's believable, but still, what you're trying to stay away from COVID. That's not really where you want to be going. You know what I'm saying?
100%, 100%.
Yeah, he could have gotten some takeout from one of the famous chicken and waffle places up there or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who is it? Who is it that has a famous chicken and waffles restaurant up there? Like some famous singer?
Well, it's probably Jermaine Dupri or Ludacris.
No, it's like it's a famous like soul singer from the 70s era. Yeah. Oh, I can't remember her name. It'll come to me. But yeah. Anyways,
70s? Nah, I don't know. I'm not sure who.
But either way, he took a picture with a guy. That's how he was found out. The guy tweeted a picture.
That picture was circulating everywhere. I saw it.
Yeah, man. Not a good look. Not a good look. But, lucky for him, he got back to the bubble. And in the second wave of tests, no one tested positive, which I assume includes his test, right?
Yeah, no,
I think he's still quarantining though.
Because he didn't play last night.
Exactly, and they probably could have used him. So let's talk about that, man. How excited were you to see the NBA coming back yesterday, dude?
Nah, it was good, man. I ain't gonna lie. I spent like 10 minutes just staring at the TV. I can't believe I'm actually watching. Like, don't get me wrong. I've watched a couple of the preseason games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, or the warm-up games, how they want to call them. But I'm like, yeah, But then, like, I don't know, to actually see all the guys play all the way through the end, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're all taking it seriously.
And the game was tight, and people were playing defense, and I was like, okay, now it's back. But it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Here we go. Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight has a chicken and waffles joint.
How does
in the ATL?
You know, the Gladys Knight has the famous chicken and waffles up in Atlanta.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Yami for that bit of knowledge over there. But yeah, man, I was super hyped about the NBA coming back.
I can't wait. I want to see the Heat. I want to see my Heat, man.
Oh, for sure, man.
I want to see how they perform and how they play, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dying to see.
I think they'll be ready, man. I think they'll be ready. Bam had a good warm-up game. He had to miss the first two warm-up games because he had COVID. Yeah, so he had to kick it before and test negative before they let him enter the bubble.
A couple of the guys, Nunn too. I think Nunn.
Yeah, Kendrick Nunn and Airplane Mode.
Yeah, Derek.
Yeah, Derek Jones Jr. The three of those guys, they all tested positive. Derek Jones Jr. actually got rid of it before they reported to the bubble, so he didn't really miss anything. But Nunn and Bam, they missed. Missed a
couple games. I remember missed a couple games.
Yeah, but Bam looked good, man. There was a little bit of rust that showed, but he'll kick that quickly. You know what I mean? Especially after the next game.
You got to get into the real playing mode.
Exactly.
A couple warm up games, but now let's see tomorrow. Let's see. I'm intrigued. Man. I'm intrigued. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was happy. I wish there was a little bit more games though. They
get eight games.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, whatever. I can't. I mean, what can we do? But
But then
I was,
8 regular season games, but then we also get the playoffs, like a
yeah,
regular
yeah,
playoff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that
But yeah, one thing I wanted the NBA to do like college seeding, like 1 through 16, and have 1 through 16, but not gonna happen. So
yeah.
whatever. But I was dying for that to happen. I don't know why.
Yeah, you want it to be like that, but then you got to get rid of East versus West, no?
Yeah, I wanted to get rid of it. They should have at least
Okay.
tried it this time. At least
Yeah.
if there was any a time to try it, it was now. They could have tried it now.
Yeah.
Or they could have done like so. We were looking like FIBA was looking really closely because they were thinking of trying the Olympic style form,
Okay.
which was putting 4, 8,
Like
12.
groups?
Yeah, so it would have been 5 groups of 4, and then the first two play, and then like da da da, like and then
Yeah.
the third, just kind of like the World Cup, just similar to the
Yeah.
World Cup soccer. But they were trying to do it like how they do it in the Olympics for FIBA.
Man, that would have been super interesting. That's actually what MLS did.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like people were intrigued. They were like, "Oh, let's see how that works." Like so.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
and it's working out.
Hopefully they change it up. But I've already heard they're gonna go back to the bubble next year. So
next year, yeah, for the next season. Oh shit!
Like it's a legit conversation on the table.
Damn. I mean, are they gonna have to do it regional or what? Because I can't imagine an entire season in that bubble.
That's what people have been speculating is like, how are you gonna put these guys in a bubble for the entire season? Like you have to let their family come. Like there's no, you can't just lock guys up 8 months to play basketball and be like, hey, get out there and play basketball, and you can't see nobody.
Exactly, and a lot of guys are especially the veterans have kids who play sports and they want to go to get their games. Like LeBron's, he loves going to Bronny's games. You know what I mean? And I don't know if he's a senior next year or the year after, but that's like crunch time for those kids when they're trying to build their basketball careers. And I'm sure LeBron wants to be there to see that. You know what I mean? So
100%. So I don't think it's gonna work like that, but we'll see. I don't think that they're gonna be like, oh yeah, go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and put you guys in the bubble for 9 months. So
yeah, I don't know how they'll do that, man. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll do a scenario where they play a chunk of games and then they have a couple weeks off. Play a chunk of games, have a couple of weeks off, and they just alternate so that games are always going on. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's just hard. I don't know.
It's yeah. Unless
or if they do the bubble, they're gonna have to do it short again.
Yeah.
Instead of 82 games, 42 or 41. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no clue. Like something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. And play games like every other day. You got a game every other day.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be crazy. Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, man.
There's a vaccine or some shit. I don't foresee that happening, but we'll see, man. There's people a lot smarter than me that are handling this right now, so we'll see what they come up with.
Yeah, hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, man. But let's talk about the games yesterday, man. I was kind of excited to see what Zion Williamson would do. I feel like the NBA sort of pushed to get Zion into the bubble. Like one team from the East, 5 teams from the West, just so we can get Zion on this shit. And Edwin is finally joining us right now. So let's add him to the stream right quick.
Okay. Nah, I mean, man,
I keep playing tag.
I don't know about like I've never been a big fan of Zion, man.
No,
never been a fan.
Wow. All right, that's kind of a hot take. That's
a great time for me to show up, man.
Yeah, it's perfect time. Now look, when the draft was going on, I'm like, I wouldn't take him one. Like I was like, man, I hope the Pelicans take RJ or Ja. That was my whole thing. And I think if the Pelicans would have taken Ja, they would have been a higher seed right now. They would have been a higher seed because now you're talking about Ja Morant, you're talking about Brandon Ingram, you're talking about a couple other guys here. That, of course, they would probably have to trade Zoe.
Yeah.
But it's just imagine Ja Morant and Brandon Ingram. Imagine, like I don't know. Zion doesn't sell me like.
I mean,
on what he I mean, college he was like, the guy, but
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to agree with you only because Zion was injured for most of the season. So if John Morant would have been on the team,
Edwin's
he
like,
not injured, it would have, it could only help that much more.
I just look again.
Edwin, wait, Edwin, I see you making all those dumbass faces.
You guys making crazy?
Wait. You cannot argue against Zion Williamson being injured for most of the season. If John Morant would have been there healthy, they would have a better record right now.
It doesn't matter. Zion.
I'm only talking about this season, dude. We're only talking about this season. We're only talking about this season.
Okay, but he was the undisputed #1 overall pick. Anyone would have picked him, except the guy on our show who says he would have gone with John Morant. Like,
hey, I was just seeing other like other needs in the talent.
Yeah, there's been plenty of undisputed #1s that have not panned out. So.
Yeah, well, okay, no, hold on. Undisputed #1s, like surefire best picks with no like baggage or anything like that. No, I don't think there's hardly been that many to begin with. But I'll say this: like, Ja is nice. You know, he's nice. I didn't think he was. I'll be honest. I didn't think he was gonna be as good as he is this season. Like, I was like, all right, he's cool. Where'd he come from? What was it? What was the college he came from? It's
who?
John Morant.
Escaping me. God, I forgot. Murray State.
Yeah. And like coming out of there, these guys that were like big dogs on campus and doing everything, coming in. Again, a guy that I was real high on before was Jahlil Okafor. Man, I thought that dude was gonna be really, really good. He goes to, I think he was #1 pick, right? Wasn't he to Philly? And the day of the press conference when they announced him, he's holding up the jersey, and then as soon as it's over, he just drops it on the floor. Like, something happened to Jahlil, man. I don't know. Like, that guy had so much. Like, bro, Jahlil Okafor was a good ass baller in Duke, and I'm also I'm also a big Duke fan, so I'm not gonna like sit here and pretend. I'm gonna show favoritism to some of those guys, but. For starters, I never liked Kyrie Irving in his 7 games that he played for Duke, so I'm not gonna be totally, biased. But Zion is a freak. Like, everything he did was insane, and what Jahlil did, that guy was like, I thought he was like Tim Duncan, but with like more aggressive. I really thought a lot of Jahlil, and I don't even know what team he's on right now. I don't know what.
He's with the Pelicans.
He's with the Pelicans. Like, yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's right. I do remember him doing that. But like, he's a non-factor in the league.
So let me ask you a question: Who do you build your team around right now? Ja or Zion? Now,
Zion, man. Zion is still the answer. He's only every guy. I know. People were worried of the injuries and stuff like that, and we're gonna have that. We're gonna have that.
But you're not. But it's not you're gonna have that. It's because like the weight, the figure. And what he does on the court is what makes him even more injury prone than John Morant. You get what I'm saying?
I get that.
He doesn't have a finesse game. He has a power game.
Exactly.
He has weight. So the weight affects him. That's why it was a big thing when like they say, hey, you shed a little bit of pounds, do this and do that to try to strengthen your body core, because he's gonna have to. Like, he's gonna have to be able to and make those adjustments. Like, Ja's not gonna have to do that because Ja's skinny, he's agile, he's versatile, quick on his feet, That's why I've always said, Ja or RJ, for me, longevity is gonna have a better career than Zion, in my opinion.
And that's to be determined. We'll see. But I'll tell you, like, I feel like with Ja, you kind of see what he could be. Like, you can kind of look and say, man, at best, you can kind of see his ceiling, like what kind of scorer he's going to be because of his physical, his attributes and stuff like that. But with Zion, we haven't seen anything like that. You know what I mean?
So there you go. You make a great point. You haven't seen it. So when will we see it?
Well, that's the thing. You got to invest in the possibility that he's going to do it, and he's going to do it right. Like, the guy is just physically, I mean, he's a rookie and he's the second heaviest guy in the league. I believe behind Boban, he's the second biggest guy in the league as a rookie.
That worries me already.
That's not a good thing to brag about, Adam.
No, but okay, yeah, he's big, but the dude is, he's still got baby fat on him, man. Like, he's gonna get chiseled. Look at LeBron.
John Morant is the same age. He has no baby fat.
Okay, but look at LeBron. Look at LeBron when he came out straight out of high school, and you look at him now. It looks like he's doubled in size. You know what I mean?
You're right, but at the time LeBron came out of high school, he was shaped.
He was in shape, but he was also of a different body frame. He was also of a different body frame. Like, again, we haven't seen this, but I'm telling you, man, Zion is gonna only evolve into something bigger, better, faster, and stronger. Like, he's gonna evolve. You have to. Okay, again, yeah, we can be like maybe always, but you have to take that chance. Like, you have to. It's such a like precious stone. It's, you know what it is? It's an uncut gems. It's that shit that Kevin Garnett was playing with, bro. That's what it is. It's this precious thing. You have to take a chance on it, man.
Edwin, you've been talking for 2 minutes and still not convincing me.
That's what he does.
This is good. Well, I'm not going to convince you now. If you're at this point in and you're like, you know what, I'm with Ja, ride or die. That's what should have gone one. And your convictions are a lot stronger than me giving you a 2-minute spiel. You know, you've probably heard everybody else give it to you, but I'm telling you, it's something that's going to be determined in a few years. I'm telling you, if healthy, obviously, if healthy. Zion is gonna be I'm telling you, we don't know what Zion is because he's gonna be something we've never seen before, but he's gonna be phenomenal. The guy is gonna be incredible, and it's gonna be something that's gonna blow our minds. And we're gonna be looking back like, wow, man, Pelicans. Hopefully, you know what the question for me is not if he's gonna stay healthy, is if the Pelicans are gonna be able to keep him. Pelicans got to do everything and kiss his ass and do all this stuff, and I don't like what they're doing now. They got him on this regimen, like 15 minutes last night.
But why do you think they have him on this regimen, though?
Well, they're babying the guy, of course.
No. Why are they babying him?
According to what I heard today, since I believe since March, since right before the shutdown, he's only played 5-on-5 basketball, I think 4 times, counting last night.
So why is that?
But he was rehabbing, obviously, his injury. I
there
know.
You go. It all goes back to the injury for him.
Hey, I know, but Russell Westbrook's had 2 reconstructive knee surgeries.
I was always the first one when people were like, "Oh, he should go after Westbrook." I'm like, hell no. And even when he was trying to trade, matter of fact, when the Heat, remember when this offseason when like there was talks like, "Oh, the Heat should go after Westbrook." Oh, the Heat about to pull the trigger. I was like, no, hell no. Don't do that. Matter of fact, I was one of the people that was like, because I got a lot of my boys talk a lot of basketball, and I'm like, listen, man, I want Chris Paul. Give me 34. Give me 34 years. All right, you want to know why? Wait,
you are the polar opposite of Edwin right now. I love it.
Listen, you make that face, but what does Chris Paul do? What does he do best? He controls the floor. Why do you think the Thunder are so good? Because you're controlling the floor. You got Shai Alexander on the wing. You got Steve Adams playing well. Because when he brings the ball up, he's controlling the floor.
Yeah.
Dragic does a beautiful job. But Chris Paul?
I'll tell you this. I agree. I'm going to be 100% honest. I would have wanted Westbrook only for the star fucker power. Like, just the fact that he's Russell Westbrook. That's it. And honestly, that's not me really what I want. Like, if I was just like being real here, I didn't want Russell Westbrook. I didn't want John Wall. John Wall's a guy who actually really, scares me because of his injuries and stuff like that. But Chris Paul was another guy that I didn't want. I think he's a better player and would have been a better fit than Russell Westbrook here. I agree. Definitely. I think he's a winner, but his contract is an albatross.
Yeah, no. Of course, 100%. So the only way we get him is if he's willing to renegotiate his contract.
For sure.
To stretch it out. But other than that, I didn't want them.
I didn't want Westbrook either. I'm not gonna. No, I liked what I've always trusted what the Heat have done. Man, they got some real smart people making the tough decisions there, and they got some. What's this guy Ellisberg doing all
Andy Ellisberg is a beautiful mind, bro. He's Russell Crowe in a beautiful mind. That guy.
I wish right now we could just put like the little thing where like the money symbols look like.
He uses that VLOOKUP in Excel all day, bro. That guy.
I hate Excel. That guy loves that shit, man, for sure. But yeah,
he's all over Excel doing a bunch of formulas.
For real.
Trying to figure out what's the best way to make it work.
I'm telling you, bro, that guy deserves. Hopefully they make like a Moneyball movie about him, like some later on, you know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool, right? If somebody in the NBA deserves it for manipulating and winging it, I think it'd be him.
Well, yeah. Well, he'd probably be him, and I mean, I know Riley would have to be involved in it, but yeah, you're right, because obviously he helped get the big three and make the money work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Definitely, he's definitely a Billy Bean of basketball.
Yeah, and I mean, bro, we got Jimmy Butler, and I still don't understand how Jimmy Butler's on our team. Like, when you really think about like the financial.
Well, Jimmy Butler wanted to be on the Heat when he was in Minnesota. So remember, we almost traded for him in October.
Yeah.
In October, right before the season started, but it just didn't work because the Timberwolves were being, and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But
that's when Pat Riley. Oh, he said, I forgot what he said to whoever was running the Timberwolves at that time. But he told him, like, I don't know, something with an expletive.
You're not getting shit from me.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I love Pat Riley, man.
I already know who's coming. I already know one guy's coming to the Heat. So yeah, I already know one guy. So
you gonna tease us, or you gonna say something?
Hey, listen, I was saying in the beginning, I got one college coach that I'm actually interviewing for the Asylum.
Okay.
Next week. I'm not saying anything either. I can't.
All right.
I can't.
Fair enough. I don't know if you guys were talking about it before I got here, but did we talk about the Asylum actually? Because I had some questions. I want to know.
No, we did.
Okay,
we touched on it a little bit, but go ahead.
Well, okay. Well, if you guys touched on it, I don't want to repeat it for the audience, but I just are we?
But you have questions. I might have answers.
Oh, well, I don't know. Mostly like just where we are, in the timeline.
I told him, but I mean, we're almost done. We're just kind of like at the end, kind of like messing around with a few things to see how the storyline fits a little better.
All right.
I actually got a couple of VHS tapes digitized.
Nice.
That somebody had given to me with a couple of good things on it. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just digitize them to check them out. It might have something there that might make the documentary a little bit more powerful.
Okay.
Like I was saying in the beginning, I'm like, I actually, one of the coaches that I'm gonna interview next week, I didn't think we were gonna end up lining up. Like, we never got a chance to line up our schedules, and because of the quarantine and the college helped me out, so we're gonna do the interview in the college, but I'm gonna virtually direct it and like produce it from here just to make sure that everything goes right. So
I
like
that. I also see your quarantine beer is nice, bro.
This is 6 months already, man. 6-7 months.
Damn, dude, that'll be me like in a couple of weeks. That shit goes back too fast, man. I don't know if you want. I shaved my whole beard off and I left these handlebar mustaches like 2 weeks ago, and it's coming back already. So I'm kind of getting back there. You can still see the big chops that I left here. But I hated it. It was ugly. It was for a laugh. Gus laughed, and back to quarantine again. So, but man, dude, I'm still tripping about like you're. I gotta commend you, man. You're real passionate on your conviction for not liking Zion, man. That's. The guy, it's hard not to like him. Everybody's all over him. I mean,
listen, I think he's going to be a good player, but I don't think he's going to be the player that everybody thinks he makes him out to be.
Okay.
Like,
I think people are.
He's a Larry Johnson of now.
Okay.
I actually really like that description.
He's a Larry Johnson of now.
I mean,
while John Morant is the new Russell Westbrook.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. I can see that. I still think Zion is gonna evolve. I think right now, I could see that Larry Johnson comparison. But I think I got a pair of Larry Johnson shoes right down there. I don't know if you can see those, but
you know what's
grandma slippers?
I have the grandma Cons right there, bro. Those are some of my go back shoes.
Talking about basketball, you know who's one guy that I was like, damn, I can't believe that he traded him away was Bobo. I wanted the Heat to keep Bobo.
Bro, I was like, all right, I'm gonna ask him about Bobo. Let's talk about Bobo.
Yeah, no, so when the Heat drafted him that night, I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we got Tyler Hero, which I was like, I like his swag. And now we got Bobo. I'm like, this might be the best draft ever for the Heat. That I'm like, yo, we like got two guys that I really, really wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's like, I don't know. It was like something that Danny Chico, John Morant gives me 2011 Derrick Rose vibes. Okay.
Hey, well, we know how that guy ended up. You know,
Well,
2000.
hey,
Oh,
we can say the same. We can say the same thing about Zion. I mean, and he can end up like XYZ. But anyways, but I wanted the Heat to keep Bobo, man. I wanted them to keep Bobo. I can't believe they traded him away. When I saw him play in college in Oregon a couple times, like, man, this guy, he's got something. I don't know what it is, and look at him now, man.
He's got that finesse, bro. He's balling in these warm-up games, man.
And he's gonna get paying time now. He's gonna get PT.
Yeah, is I like. I mean, obviously he's getting exposure, and he got a couple of nice little highlights and stuff. But let me pump the brakes on the dude a little bit. I mean, he's still like super. He looks super fragile. I feel like he's, he looks just a little bit thicker than his dad, and his dad was a fucking stick man out there. You know what I mean? He was a baller.
But he wasn't as agile.
No, of course.
Agile. Bobo's so quick.
He's got handles. He has
good. Wait, and he's only gonna get better, right? That's what he's only gonna get better. He's only gonna get better.
I'll tell you, man.
Right, and I think the kid has a good anticipation of the game. Like I saw him. I forgot who he blocked, but it was a block that I didn't even see it coming. Like, okay, this guy's just gonna lay it up right now, and Bobo just comes out of nowhere, swats it out of the air. Obviously, he's able to do that because he's super long, but most guys, that's not like something normal you see, so they wouldn't even try that. But he's got the presence of mind to know what he's capable of doing, and he sees that he's able to do something like that. I agree. So I like it, man. It's been crazy watching him get some playing time and fucking swagging it out there, man. He's looked good. I can't even front.
No, he has been.
I gotta get me a Manute Bowl. I gotta get his daddy's throwback Heat jersey. He was on the Heat for like a half a season.
Not even half a season. He was on for a month or so.
Something like that. I do remember, this is how hardcore old school Heat fan I am. I remember the day we signed him. It was like I think it was probably on a Sunday or something like that, because I remember Channel 7 News did like a whole thing about signing Manute Bol, and like on Sports Extra with was it Jackson? What's his name?
Jason Jackson. No, not Jason. I know which guy. Barry. Jim Barry.
No,
I think it was Jim Barry at the time. No,
Jim Barry.
Jim Barry. I think he's been with Channel 4 forever.
No, he was with 7 at one point.
Who's the black guy? Yeah. Barry Jackson is the white guy who writes for the Herald, right? I'm talking about
Barry Jackson. Barry. Yeah, he wrote for the Herald.
So who's the black guy? What's his name? Fuck, man. I'm forgetting his name now. Anyway, he was on Channel 7. He was a Sports Extra guy, bro. That guy, and I used to watch it, and he did this whole thing. Yeah, I think he's on Channel 4 now.
Religious.
Jim Barry, right?
Yeah, Jim Barry.
I don't know why the name's just not sounding right. But yeah, that guy, he came out, he's like doing his Sports Extra hit, and they were talking all about Manute Bol, and they were playing highlights, and I was like, man, who the fuck is this? I'm all right, well, something to do, I was kind of getting excited about it.
Hey, man, I got a funny story about Jim Barry. I love that guy, man. I remember when we first started covering the Dolphins, we were in the locker room, and, when the guys are changing, you sort of just wait around kind of close to their locker for them to finish so you can stick a microphone in their face, you know what I mean? I forgot who the player was, but we're waiting for them. Jim Barry's there waiting also, and some Dolphins staff person comes up to all the media, and he's telling us, guys, I need you guys to all move away from whoever this player was. Give him some space to finish changing. Jim Barry turns around. And, normally when the team tells you that, like you're like, okay, whatever. You got to kind of listen to them because you don't want to fucking get kicked out or some shit. Yeah. Jim Barry just turns around and he's like, relax. He's got plenty of space. He'll be fine. We're just waiting for him to finish. And I was like, oh shit, Jim Barry's a gangster. Love that guy.
Yeah. He's a local icon. Like I said, I apologize. I didn't mean to insult him. His name was just escaping me, man. But that dude, I always remember him. He was on Sports Extra on Channel 7. Now, I think he's on Channel 4 now or something like that.
Yeah, he's on Channel 4.
Yeah. But tight though.
Edwin, you're a diehard old school Heat fan, huh?
I mean, I'm a homer, bro. I got my.
Who's your favorite player from back in the day?
Back in the day, man.
Let's say pre-2000.
Oh, pre-2000, bro. Shit, man. You want to know though? I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite stories. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite stories. I haven't told this on the show ever, but this is So this was the this was the Eastern Conference semifinals before we lost to this is the one where we were down 3-1 to the Knicks, right?
Oh, okay.
And my friend, this is back in the beeper days, all right? So a friend of mine from back in the day, it was the game after the PJ Brown flip, right? So if you remember in that game, it was game 6. Zoe ends up hitting that 3-pointer after a steal and hits a 3-pointer in that game, and it was all this crazy shit. And then they came back game 7 and won. Well, that game 6, my friend, I was in high school, so I'm like 9th or 10th grade, and man, we used to have I had a little notepad like this actually, and it was the printout of every game that season, the whole schedule, right? And my boy and I, every day in school, with the next day after a game, we'd go in there and we'd white out, old school white out. We used to put it over the time because it had all the times, and then we would write the score, the leading rebounder, the high score, and if anything happened, like so and so got a triple double, 40.9, whatever. So we were following that whole season religiously. Go to this playoffs, the game 6. My friend is at, of all places, a Miss Universe pageant that was happening somewhere in Doral. Like his dad forces him to go. The family, they had some connections or whatever. So he's over there. So they can't watch the game. This is before cell phones with data or any of this stuff, right? So he's like, bro, I can't believe I'm going to miss this game, whatever. And then him and his brother are like, yo, Edwin, I need you to do us a favor. I want you to beep us every time you think we should get beeped. I don't care if it's after every bucket. You got to beep us. You're going to put the Heat score first, then you're going to put a space, and then you're going to put the Knicks score, and then you're going to put a space, and then give us the quarter. So it was like 98, 99, fourth quarter, something like that, And the whole game I'm beeping. I'm on the phone watching. I'm watching it beeping and watching it beeping, and I'm watching it beeping.
That's a pretty ingenious way of keeping up with the game, bro. I like it.
I'm telling you, bro. I was a stat tracker before there was stat tracker, bro.
Does anybody know what beepers are?
I don't know, bro. I don't even know what a beeper is, man. This is how, and it's not even a pager. It's a beeper. The 3 settings. That's it. Off, vibrate, and annoy. With the thing. So I'm paging him, and I remember the moment right after he hit the 3-pointer. I think that was our first lead of the game, right? And bro, they ended up calling me from a payphone, right? And I'm like, wait, we took the lead, and I'm like, whoa, yeah, where are you calling me from? He's like, bro, I'm on a payphone. There's like 6 guys here. And they all wanted to know the score because they got all dragged in there with their families to go to the Miss Universe thing, and they couldn't do it. So, dude, I felt like I did my civic duty there to Heat Nation on that day to those people that couldn't watch the game. But I'm old school, man. I liked, Sherman Douglas, Bimbo Coles, man. I was a big
Sherman Douglas.
Yeah, bro. Big Ronnie Cycli fan, I was
Yo, we gotta get Ronnie Cycli on the show, bro. Yo, Ronnie, if you're watching,
Edwin
come on the show, Ronnie.
Edwin dropped Alan Ogg.
Alan Ogg. That was my boy and I in high school were like, bro, that guy's fucking awesome, bro. That fucking name, Ogg.
Ogg. What about what's his name? Alec Kessler, no?
Alec Kessler, the white boy. We had Kevin Willis.
That's another good one.
That was a good one that I like.
Actually, that's like I said, basketball my thing. So I can say I used to love Bimbo Coles, Dan Marley, Tim Hardaway, Billy.
Oh yeah.
Here's an old school. Here's one from that era, 95, 96. Sasha Danilovic.
Sasha Danilovic. That's a good one.
That was a dope one right there.
I got one for you. Matt Geiger.
Oh, Matt Geiger.
Matt Geiger.
Here's about Rex Chapman hitting, I think, 7 or 9 threes against.
By the way, talking about Rex Chapman, you guys follow him on Twitter? He's great.
Bro, I was watching.
I think Lemon City follows him on Twitter.
Yeah. He's the block king.
Blocker charge.
Yeah.
I have a Rex Chapman card.
Bro, funny enough, I remember that game. It was that 96 when the Bulls only lost their 10 games that year. They lost to the Heat. I had that game. I recorded that game on VHS.
They lost to the Heat and they killed us in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, they killed us in the playoffs. But we won that game, and it was I think it was right after we got Mashburn in the trade, and I don't think he played that game if I'm mistaken. But what's his face? Rex Chapman was there, and he hit I think 7 to 9 threes. I don't remember the exact amount, but it was some crazy thing, and we ended up winning the game. But Rex Chapman, I actually saw a thing on ESPN did a feature on him on E60 or something like that, where he went from being like this super hyped up high school, college guy in Kentucky, because he went to Kentucky, he was this baller, had an up and down NBA, but played for like 13 years, finally blew out his knee. Then he went to like some really dark shit, like he got hooked up with opioids and shit like that.
And
lost his marriage, but then rebounded and started getting his shit back together. And it all started with this viral video that all he did was he got on Twitter, and now he's like the biggest Twitter social media person.
He's blocker charged, literally.
Yeah, and all he does is whenever he posts a video of somebody crashing into something, all he does is write blocker charge, and everybody eats that shit up, dude.
Yo, I have a name. I have one more name for you.
Give me.
Isaac Austin.
Oh, Ike Austin, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Dr. Jack Ramsey, every time when it was doing the broadcast, he's like Ike with the 2-hand spike.
Yeah. He was classic, man.
Jack Ramsey was classic. Shit, man. Leonard. Yeah.
Leonard. You got a good voice.
I think Vashawn hit a 3. He was, and you know what? I liked when he had the Steve Smith calls. You know, he was good.
Steve Smith, man. Steve Smith is a good one. G Money, Glenn Rice. Obviously, we can't even mention him. But
my three favorite pre-2000 players I've met, which is Glenn Rice. I met at a FIU basketball game because he works for the Heat, so as a scout. So he was there scouting some players.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Zoe I've met at something, I don't know, and Tim Hardaway I met.
That's a solid 3 right there.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm trying to think of another old school, low key cool guy from the Grant.
Baby Jordan, bro. Oh, Grant
Long. That's a good one.
I remember there was like a short amount of time where I thought him and Horace Grant were like twins or something, and then I was like, wait a minute, no, they don't have the same last name. Just his first name is the same as his last name.
I like that.
Grant Long was tight though, man. Steve Smith is another one. Steve Smith is the OG number 3.
Yeah.
He's the OG.
You don't know that, but yeah. He's the original.
He's the original OG number 3. Yeah, Ronnie Cycli was a type, man. Ronnie Cycli was actually, I watched back when you used to have ESPN Classic, man. They used to show a lot of like old 80s college ball and stuff. Ronnie Cycli was a baller, man. Like he was hella good at Syracuse, man. And it's kind of like, I mean, he was what? I think he was a number 4 pick for us. Our first draft.
Yeah.
But,
I got 2 things for you guys before we head out or something. One, what do you guys think of The Last Dance?
I enjoyed it, bro. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I think it's funny now. Like as it was happening, I was like eating it up. I was like, holy shit! There was a lot of cool stuff. We talked about it on here. I thought a lot of the behind the scenes stuff was obviously cool, but something that's like really lingered since it's over, and I've kind of like it's changing my perception a little bit, is that I really, when you're watching it, you're just taking it in because you're like, whoa, I've been waiting for this for so long. But after like processing and everything, you really realize this whole thing is just Jordan's story from his perspective. Like it's just him saying whatever he wants, how he interpreted it. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, I feel like when you really start thinking, like, man, it's just totally one-sided. Like, I wonder how much of it is actual, you know, like the whole the flu game was actually food poisoning, you know, like who orders, like 5 guys showed up to his door with the pizza, like, and he ordered it under Michael Jordan. Like, come on. Some of that stuff is just like, come on, man.
I get what you mean. But you know what, too? It's also that Jordan never spoke. Jordan never talked. You know, Jordan never talks because he doesn't give interviews like that. Yeah. So I get what you mean. Like, only his side, only perspective. I kind of liked it. I was like, all right, I get to finally see who Jordan really is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I knew he was that killer. Like, you know, he, throw guy like, hey, I don't care, who you are. I'm going to do you in. So I was like, I know that, but I wanted to know like deeper, like, little tad bits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that.
I like the whole behind the scenes with like the security guards and things like that.
That was really cool. Those behind the scenes where they show him just hanging out with like random people that are not famous that he had relationships with. I thought that was dope.
They'll never forget, you know. But let me ask you, because one thing that bothered me throughout the whole series, Gus knows where I'm going with this, was the whole, like, I'm Michael Jordan. Oh, you looked at me funny, Gus? You're on my hit list. I'm winning the finals now. You're my motivation. Like, George Karl walks by him and ignores him because at a restaurant right before the finals start against the Sonics, and he's like, "That's all I needed. That's all I needed. Now I'm gonna go in there and Black Cat or whatever Reggie Miller calls him. That dude.
You didn't like that?
Bro, it was so overkill because some of that shit was like some of it was just so. First off, it's super petty. I get some of it is.
Oh no, but he's petty.
Oh, he's super petty.
But that's what makes him the best. Because hold on, Kobe's petty.
Yeah,
Kobe's petty. No, but Kobe
all those guys,
petty.
bro. All those great ones are petty, man.
Kobe was petty. LeBron petty. You know,
but I feel like this was another level, though.
Oh, but you're right. You just said it. Another level because he's the best of the best. He's the number one.
But it was so bad. Like the George Karl one, really? That's what motivated you to win? Not having won 72 games in the season? Not trying to go for, your second championship or your first championship after you came back? That's George Karl walked by me and didn't say hi to me, and we're Carolina guys, and now I'm gonna be mad? Like,
I don't think it's the fact. I know what you mean. I know what you get. I know what you're saying, but it's not the fact of like that's what motivated him to win. I think more of the fact is like, oh, okay, you're doing that to me. Cool, I got it. It's just more motivation for me to show you who the F I am. You know,
maybe, but again, since he had final say in how this whole movie and production was gonna paint itself. It's painted to make it think like that's why he won the finals. Like, you know what I mean? It was purposely. You're a film guy. You know that if you're gonna tell your story and you're gonna put certain things in there, you're trying to. So he was doing it like that, and I'm just like, wait, I didn't call Dwayne David West after 11. I called Dwayne David West ring chasing over there and with Cleveland. But no. Shit, but the other one, what was the other one? Like when he was talking about that guy from the Bullets that just told him, "Good game, Mike."
Yeah. No, he had scored 45 on him, and he was like, "Hey, good game, Mike." And then he was like,
"How dare you? How dare you?"
But hey, some guys use that just as motivation, man.
I know, but to put it in a movie like this, like that guy was probably watching the movie and going, holy shit, I'm in this thing? Like, he had no idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, wait, I got to under my...
I made it. Like, I made it in the documentary. So...
I know. Me splitting here. The whole thing was beautiful. I enjoyed it. But, like I said, after I digested and I got over the whole, euphoria of finally... Because we've been waiting for this for years. You know what I mean? So, finally, after having it, I was just like, okay, I've digested it. I've listened to everybody else dissect it and tell me what they thought, and now I'm formulating my own thing. And those are the things that stuck out. But other than that, I'm all good. I'll watch it again.
I have a part like that in The Asylum. Not the petty part, but like
a recurring thing.
Huh? Yeah, kind of like the recurring thing of The Asylum, the actual gym. You get what I'm saying? Okay. It always goes back to kind of like how it played a big role in like them winning so much because they never had AC. You know what I'm saying? So everybody I went to go play in there was like, oh crap, there's no AC here. We're dead. So I mean that's something that recurs. So my last question to you guys is LeBron James, right? Retired Heat jersey, right? We're gonna retire his Heat jersey, correct?
Yeah, we have to.
We have to, yeah.
Right. I've met some people. I met some Heat fans.
They're just salty Heat fans, bro.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. Like we retired Wade, we retired Bosh. You gotta retire LeBron. I mean, that's why nobody else has worn 6. Like Paraly's not stupid, Paraly's be like, well, nobody's ever wearing 6, ever again.
No, you definitely. I actually almost, every show I always hang up a jersey back here, and I was debating between the Zoe or the my LeBron James Heat one. I was gonna put that one up there, and I was like, and I went with Zoe just because I wanted a little throwback feel. But
I like the hat though. The hat's from that logo's from like '98.
Yeah, it's the old school stuff, bro.
It has the orange on the bottom.
Yeah. That's the nice stuff. But actually, the old school where it was all orange was my favorite. The old orange ball.
Yeah, but that's like a vintage. That's like a vintage 2D logo.
What's on the bottom? Is that like floral pattern on the bottom there? On the bottom of the. Oh, okay. That's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, bro. To take off the. Look at this.
Yeah, put the hat back on.
I put it back on, bro. I put it back on because it's out of. Yeah, there you go. Tuck in all that excess. But all right. So let's okay. So I don't know what you guys talked about. If you retire Jordan, who never played for your team, you got to retire James. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That's true because we do have Jordan's
and Marino
and Dan Marino who didn't even play basketball.
I mean, the Heat made some weird things back in the day, man. They were really trying to.
But you know what? That's how much respect Riley had for Jordan, man.
He's like, yeah.
I don't want to ever see this guy's number in my team.
He did it just so that nobody would wear it. That's funny.
Yeah. Man, you know, Karan Butler, another old school Heat guy that I liked. Oh man, what's this dude? Eddie Jones was from Temple, local kid.
Eddie Jones
was old school.
Well, yeah, Keon Dooling played for the Heat later on. He's a local guy.
James Jones, yeah.
The Heat have had a lot of local guys.
Yeah,
Arroyo played for the Heat.
Yeah.
UD still plays. Keon Dooling played. Who else?
I'll give you an old one.
Which one?
From UM, Tim James.
Tim James played. Mitch Richmond played. Didn't Mitch Richmond play for the Heat? I think Mitch played for us.
I feel like I don't know if.
Hold on. Look this up. Now I gotta Google because now I got. Hold on.
I'm looking it up. You guys, I'll give you the skinny. He's from Fort Lauderdale. Damn, Mitch Richmond's 55 already, bro.
No shit.
I could have sworn he played for us, but no.
No, he didn't. He was always rumored to come here, but I think he went to the Lakers that last season. That's what it was.
Yeah, I always knew he was from here.
Yeah,
always knew he was from here.
Did you guys say James Jones?
Yeah, James
Jones too. Boom, that's right. James Jones. Yeah, he never always showed love to the local guys.
Yeah.
You know, and the Dolphins always
up to the local guys.
It's not the Dolphins.
Yeah,
we're the worst. Don't even get me on the start. Can we stay? Let's stay on the basketball topic. I don't even want to talk about Tua pick. Don't even get me started with that pick.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's for another show. That's for another day. That's for another show. That's for another day.
All right.
So started on that Tua pick.
What did you think? I don't know if you guys talked about it at the beginning, but what did you think of the day one of the NBA as far as what you saw? The skill level, the presentation, the how it looked and felt.
Yeah, I was telling him. I enjoyed it. I think the bubble thing. I think the NBA has done the best job from all the leagues. Well, MLS is in the bubble too, but MLB today is like, oh, we might cancel the season. You know,
I hope. I don't know.
And then like I was telling him, is like NFL, they're gonna have a big problem because you got 50 guys on each roster. You got staff equipment. You got coaches. It's like. What are we going to do? Like, it's crazy because there's a lot of people. Like, obviously, I know that the NBA is it's got like 324 guys. That's it. So it's like nothing. But
it's
still,
like
324 guys, clean. You know, some staff members, a couple of the media guys there. It's hard, man. But I don't know about NFL.
I watched it. I watched it last night. I saw the highlights. I did tune into a little bit of the Zion game. Like I saw a nice little behind the back pass that he did to Lonzo Ball. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was a lot better than I was expecting. Like I know I watched some of the scrimmage, so I kind of knew what to expect. But even then, like watching them play full speed yesterday. How come nobody boxed out LeBron? You know, going up after he shot that ball, and then he went on took it from 5 Clippers to make the game-winning shot. I don't know.
I don't understand why those things happen. Like you guys are professionals. We're just watching the game, and you're like, why isn't somebody boxing up LeBron?
He shoots it, follows up his own shot, and all Clippers.
And that happens like so often.
Yeah, I was like
so much.
But I thought it was really. You know what was super cool? I thought. Okay, one thing I thought was kind of cheesy, but then it was kind of funny, which was the virtual fans that are watching through Zoom.
Chris Bosh.
The Chris Bosh. Like, I thought it was corny at first, but then when they're like, oh, look who's watching, Chris Bosh, I was like, okay, now it's cool. I love Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh cannot do anything wrong. He might be my favorite guy from the big three. I love Chris Bosh. He's I don't know, man. I feel like he played that role, and nobody has played that role in any of these other super teams better. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
He never fought for the limelight, but when you needed him, he was there for you. Obviously, the rebound, to Allen, bang, 3, yeah. But the year after when he hit the big shot, I mean, he's done so much. I always thought he was kind of underappreciated a little bit, but anyway. But when he was there, I thought that was super cool. But what I thought was really cool was CJ McCollum, Carmelo, and I think Chris Paul were all in attendance for the Clippers-Lakers game.
They were there in the sideline. Yeah,
sitting there.
Yeah, so I think they made it that I can't remember, it was 24 or 32 players could go watch whatever game that's going on.
That was just cool because you got Clippers, you got Lakers, you got LeBron, Kawhi, you got all this stuff in the bubble.
You got Carmelo, Chris Paul,
it's the opening night. Yeah, it's the opening night, and then you got NBA guys that are sitting on the sidelines watching the game. Like that, just to me, I thought that was super cool. So I hope to see a little more of that.
A lot of people were describing it as the greatest AAU.
Oh yeah.
Tournament ever. That's a great description, man.
Yeah. It is accurate, but so who you got, man? What do you think? Taking into consideration the bubble and what you've seen and how bad these guys want it, like is there a guy you think or a team here that you like going in into these playoffs now?
You want the heart pick or the mind pick?
Let's go with the mind, because I think we all have the same heart pick here. But let's go with the. Let's try to be objective. Let's try to be like.
The mind pick. No, the mind pick. Clippers Bucks.
Clippers Bucks. Okay.
Yeah. And if I'm going with the heart, Clippers Heat.
All right. Oh man, I look horrible.
But the Heat have a legit shot though. They have shot.
I think a lot of teams have a legit shot because.
I don't know about the Pelicans with Zion. That's not good.
Watch the Pelicans in a minute, man. I'm just gonna do a whole episode where we just zoom your face right here, and you're just gonna have to say I like Zion for like 60 minutes. I think the one the more I see them play, the Lakers to me, I just think when LeBron had an off game. Statistically, for 3 quarters, he showed up in the final quarter and obviously hit the game-winning shot and all that stuff. The thing that worries Anthony Davis, I think his last 4 games or something, he's got 2 or 4 points in the fourth quarter. He's kind of been non-existent in the fourth, but he put up 30-something and double-digit rebounds last night. Anthony Davis is scary good. He is hard.
No, they were talking on the broadcast yesterday of who's he's already in the conversation of LeBron's best teammate ever, and they were saying it's obviously still Dwayne Wade.
Yeah,
but Anthony Davis could surpass that for sure.
I think if he's playing at that level,
he's got that potential. Not saying it's going to happen, but the potential is there.
I just won in NBA 2K. I just won the title with the Heat, and Anthony Davis was on the Heat, so it just happened that it worked out that way. So I've gotten I know what that guy's capable of. He's nasty. So
did you sign him off season? That's what you did.
Well, in NBA 2K, I'm doing the my player, so I'm only controlling my guy. But my guy balled out his rookie year, and then the Heat came up to me and they're like, "Hey, what do you think we should go after in free agency?" That's how the guy talks. And I was like, so give me a whole list of people that were potential free agents. So the number 1 was Anthony Davis, and I was like, boop, I just selected it. Didn't think anything of it. So the season ends, and when the next season starts, he was on the team. So somehow Ellisberg worked his virtual magic in my game, and he came to the Heat. So
that's what you want, right? That's what you want. You want Anthony Davis on the Heat.
Oh man, of course
I would.
I would
love that.
I would love that. It's not an option. That dude's staying in LA. I know he's on it.
I'm not sold on it.
No. I think you'll do at least a 1 or 2 year extension. I don't know if you'll go full supermax with the Lakers, but I think I wouldn't do it either because LeBron, as much as I love LeBron and as incredible a gifted athlete and easily the 1A or B depending on who you think is the best player of all time, he's 35, 36 now. I don't even know how old he is, but
he's 35.
He's 35. We're not supposed to see this kind of stuff at this age. I mean, and eventually, all the great ones, they hit a drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
age is gonna get up to you.
If I'm AD, I keep that in mind. I don't know if I want to sign a super max, and 5 years from now, LeBron maybe already booked it out of here because he's already on the decline. And I mean, maybe that's what he wants. Maybe that's his time to shine or whatever. But if AD's looking to keep his options open, I think it would make a little sense maybe just to sign a shorter deal, and kind of play it out. But again, it's Los Angeles, man. I mean, the Lakers. I mean, come on, you're wherever you.
No,
Whatever
of course.
you're gonna be chilling, man. You could be the king with or without LeBron.
100%.
I like the Lakers. I think Anthony Davis healthy, man. And LeBron hungry in a neutral site like this. I think that's a deadly combo right there, man. Because Giannis, I feel the Bucks really take advantage of their home court and going up there to play and stuff like that. They're a team that really needs that, and obviously you don't have that. Clippers, I think Clippers are Kawhi, bro. Damn, what if Kawhi wins it? Think about this. If you win,
I think that's who's gonna win it.
If so, where do we put Kawhi in history here as a guy?
If the Clippers win and he wins the MVP, he's arguably the second or third best player ever in NBA history now, because you win 3 championships from 3 different teams, and you're the Finals MVP on 3 different teams. You just don't see that, and that'll make him 4-1 in the NBA Finals.
But let me ask you this: Can he be one of the greatest of all time, and he's never won an MVP?
Yeah, why not?
I feel like that's kind of like to be the greatest, and that's also like it's also. I think it's a negative thing, but I also think it's an impressive thing, because to be this dominant and everything and not having won an MVP, it's almost like you're a mercenary, dude. Like you're just like for hire. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm gonna go to Toronto for a year and just fucking win it. Let's go Canada. Who wants me next? LA. Let's go Clippers. Boom, championship MVP. Like,
bring them to the Heat. Let's go. I wanted Riley. I'm gonna put another thing out there. In 2016, when Kawhi wanted to leave the Spurs. Mm-hmm. I voiced my opinion with all my people. I was like, Riley needs to give up the house for Kawhi Leonard. I was like, give it up. Oh, why? He hasn't really done much. He doesn't look like he wants to play. He's injured. We don't know what we're going to get. I'm like, look, man, he's sitting because of other reasons, not because of he's injured. He can't play. Yeah, he was, he was hurt. He had an injury, a legitimate injury. But that he wasn't gonna be like the stud, you're crazy. I would have given up everything for that guy. I would have left our team bare.
Yeah.
Well, I'm serious, because the kid
and build it back up. Yeah, that's not a bad player to build around, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in post Big 3 that to me was untouchable. That if Kawhi was there, like, give up the house, everybody. Let's do it. I agree with you there. But man, there is something to be said about Kawhi though. Like, he just comes off like so low key, like in everything he does. I mean, we have the soundbite of the shit, but it's just so weird. Like, but I think if he does win 3 championships and 3, he'll probably be an MVP. If
you gotta put him in the upper echelon.
I think you gotta put him in, but with every time that you add somebody to like a top 10 or even a top 5, that means you're taking somebody out, and that's. Man, whoever you're taking out from that list right now, because I think right now, whether it's top 10 or top 5, Kawhi is still on the outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
he's very much on the outside. But if he does win this, then you have to have that conversation. Now you're really putting him and taking somebody out, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, But I think something has to be said though, that to be that good and that great, but you never won an MVP. That's kind of weird, man. That's a little. I think that would, because
it's definitely unheard of. It's unheard of.
Yeah, and you look at all the top guys, like you go through like your list of like most people's top 5, like Jordan, Kareem, Wilt, Magic, Larry, LeBron, any of these guys. All those guys have MVPs. I mean, even when you go through like your top 10, you got MVPs. But you have a guy who could have won 3 titles as the MVP of the team and never having won one. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. Like I think it's interesting, but I don't know if a good or a bad thing, but
like the first time he won MVP, the first time he won Finals MVP, that was kind of like when Iguodala won Finals MVP. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't the best player on that team for the entire season, sort of thing. He wasn't the star of the team. He's just the guy that showed up in the finals, and that's where his stardom started. And
I think he definitely showed up and he put himself on the map.
Yeah.
In those finals, but he was balling, man. He was carrying, older Duncan and Manu and Tony. He was carrying those guys, and I don't think they would have done any of the stuff that they did if he wasn't on there. I don't think they would have gotten that last chip or made it to those two finals. You know what I mean? And it's scary to think that he might even have two finals with San Antonio if it wasn't for missing some free throws and all the things that happened.
And Real. No, there's that famous clip of LeBron at the free throw line when Kawhi's checking back in the game, and he realizes that Kawhi's checking back in the game, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" Like, bro, that's crazy that somebody can make LeBron react that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But let's say, man, I'm curious to. I think there's some really cool storylines that can happen. Now, I'll ask this before we leave. Is there, considering the circumstances and how an NBA Finals is going to be played with nobody in attendance, in a neutral site, and all these playoffs, and I mean, does that take away anything from anyone who will win this championship? Like, do you feel like there's to each of you? I'm curious what you guys think about it.
No, not at all. Because you still gotta get out there and play.
Okay.
You gotta get out there and play.
I don't think so either. The playoffs are going to be standard playoff format.
Mm-hmm.
If how many regular season games did they end up playing before they got like 40 something?
No, more than that.
More, like 70, I think, or 60 something games.
Yeah, 54.
You're right. You're right. My bad.
A lot more.
I was thinking of how many wins the Heat had at this point.
No,
they
played like
high 60s.
Almost like 54 or 56 games.
Yeah. That's like almost an entire season. It's not far from an entire season, and then also playing a regular playoff format after that. This has been a regular season with just a huge fucking gap in between playoffs and regular season. Yep. So you still got to go out there and you still got to play and win. All this did was allow every team to fucking get healthy and not field and put their best players out on the court for the playoffs. You know what I mean? That's all this did.
I'm trying to look up the exact number of games here that were played. 54, 64, 66 games. The Bucks played 66 games, so yeah.
Oh, that's more than enough.
Yeah, more than enough. Yeah. I believe.
And you add 8 now. 66 plus 8 is 72, so or 74. So
I think when the Heat won the first, was it the first of the back-to-back? That was a strike shortened season or a lockout season. So I think they played less.
On Christmas, I think it was.
Yeah, so I think that one even played less games. There is a guy in hold on. Are the Mavericks in this? No, the Mavericks aren't invited, right?
Yeah.
Mavericks are there.
Of course Luka's there.
Bro, that's my dude, bro.
Luka's nasty, man.
I like Dallas. I think I like, not right now. Like, I don't think they're gonna do it this season, but if I'm a Mavericks fan, I'm pretty happy about what I have to look forward to for the next few years, man. Because Luka's nasty. Porzingis is the unicorn. I mean, they got some other white boys over there. They got an owner who's gonna do anything and everything for that team. Good fans. Like, I like it. What I don't like is that ugly ass jersey that they wear. The one with like the graffiti Mavs letter. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
That's just ugly. Like, I don't know, man. They
I mean, it's Dallas. It's Dallas, but nobody thinks of fashion when you're thinking of Dallas.
Yeah, I'm telling you though, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of Luka. I love watching that guy, and I like watching Kristaps. I think that 1-2 there is
Kristaps
is gonna be Porzingis. So they're doing it. It's incredible. They have Dirk for like 20 seasons. And then they draft. They have them two together for 1 year, and then they trade that same year. They trade for an injured Porzingis, but it's just like, yo, we're just gonna keep this Euro train going for fucking the next 20 years, man. It's
bro,
like
he's got that Euro vision. Yeah, ding dong, bro.
Double trouble.
Double trouble. Jamie, have you seen Eurovision? Jamie?
Yeah.
On Netflix, you saw it? Oh,
yeah.
So good.
Volcano, man, dude. That was Yaya Ding Dong and all that shit. That's a good one. Gus, did you talk about the shit, the thing you wanted to talk about?
Oh, the thing that I told you to talk about when you joined the show? No.
Yeah. No, okay.
We can ignore it. It's okay.
Okay. But anyway, I think
go on the Facebook group, everybody. Go on the Daily Lemonade Facebook group and you'll see what we're talking about. Pick your best quarantine crib. It has like 9 different options for rooms that you're allowed to pick 3.
Yeah.
Everybody has an indoor basketball court.
Play Yaya Ding Dong.
Play Yaya Ding Dong.
All right. But guys, how are we on time? It's time to wrap up, no? Kill it?
Yeah,
all right. Well, my drink already ran up, so I don't know how you guys are doing with yours or not. But again,
I had a lot of rum.
Again, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for participating in the chat. Like always, hit up lemoncitylive.com. We got a bunch of really cool content up there. We got Jennifer Chang doing her Dolphins coverage. We got Gabe doing all his Marlin stuff. So get up to date with all the COVID nightmare. Another player tested positive today. It's 19, I believe, on the Marlins. That's more than half of the players that went to that went to Philly for the weekend series.
And I wrote an article, a Miami Heat article about the return to the season, Yeah. So go ahead and lemoncitylive.com, check it out.
Check it out. At the same time, Daily Lemonade, always share whatever you want sports-wise, or if you just want some life advice, man, it's a really great community. Whatever you want to do in there, just put it on there. It's always fun. Again, this whole show is nothing without everybody engaging and being a cog in this machine. It's a small machine, but man, we make it work. So thank you guys for all that, all the participation, all the likes. Remember to go online, subscribe, hit the share button, subscribe to the podcast, share this video if you like it, share this video if you didn't like it. Tell people how bad it is. Maybe somebody will like it. But just share the shit out of it, man. Other than that, Amy, thank you so much for joining us, dude.
Thank you guys.
Anything you? Floor is yours, man. Anything you want to, as far as
man.
Everything we got going on?
Just thank you, man. Thanks for having me on. Be on the lookout for the Asylum. We're gonna be dropping a couple more clips in the next.
What's the IG handle for the Asylum?
The Asylum Film at the Asylum Film.
Nice.
And yeah, man, just check it out. Got a lot of engagement in it, like I was telling us. And yeah, just be on the lookout. I'll be back. I'll definitely be back on before it debuts, and I might even bring you guys a little small clip.
All right.
A small clip before.
Bring you D2 so he can premiere it for us here.
I'll talk to him. I mean, I'll talk to him to see if we could do something together. I mean, we will try to promote it. So,
dude, hey, any way we can possibly help out, we'll be super down, man. Like I said, we've met Coach Martin, and obviously we're big fans of UD. So, and we're Miami guys, so we know the importance of this story and how it needs to be told, man, because it's one of the really, really cool things about Miami that a lot of people unfortunately don't know about. This is a football city, a football town. It's always football, but man, there's a really impressive fucking basketball program that kind of is always, pushed to the side there. So give them the platform, tell the story, and educate some people, man. It's always cool, man. So
thank you, man. Yeah, no, for sure, 100%.
Absolutely. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Jimmy, stick around. We're gonna sign off here. But other than that, Gus, anything else?
We're good, baby.
See you guys on Tuesday. Night. Bye.